aboard a Contessa 32 called Confusion. It's a boat that I helped deliver down from Southampton for the owner, James Murray, a couple of years ago. And he's very kindly asked me to join him on the leg out to the Azores of the AZAB race. The race run every 4 years, single-handed, double-handed, and for the first time this year, crews of up to 4 have been able to enter. There's about 50 boats starting tomorrow, lunchtime, 12 o'clock, from Pendennis Point to Black Rock, and it's 1,220 miles out to the Azores. I'm doing the leg out there with James, something I've always wanted to do, and something James has dreamt about for a long time as well. So he's been working hard on the boat for the last couple of years, buying all sorts of bits and pieces, new sails we've got, wind vane steering, getting ready for an ocean race. Very exciting. It's the last day today, so we've got a lot of work still to do. The boat's rather upside down at the moment, but it always is that way. We'll be on the start line at 12 o'clock tomorrow, and we've got easterly winds. We've got easterly winds blowing straight down the channel and all the way to the Azores. Well, that's the plan, and that's the hope anyway. The weather looks good. We haven't got a low pressure to beat into, so it's very exciting and a great opportunity. So I better stop rambling and get on with some work. "30 seconds. There we go, class 4 just started, and we're off 1,220 miles to do. Hey James, you got some visitors?
Yeah, we got the lifeboat boys. Coming to take me home.
James is part of the lifeboat crew. They've come to say goodbye. Perfect winds, east, northeast, and sunshine. About 15 knots, and we're about 10 miles off the Lizard now. Most of the fleet have dispersed. You can see a few of our class around us, settling into the rhythm. We've got the wind vane steering going. It's very nice. The sun's still warm in the cockpit, which is lovely. We're on our way to the Azores. Sun's shining, the wind's blowing 20 to 25 knots, and it's good. We've got 2 reefs in the main. It was blowing earlier about 30, so we've got 3 reefs in the main. Small main to steady us up, and we've got a big headsail on the boat, so the headsail's pulling really hard, and the small main means that it doesn't blank the headsail, it doesn't steal the wind because the wind's on a broad reach, and the tiller pilot is steering beautifully behind me, so I'm just sat here drinking a cup of tea. It's a wind vane steering system and it's going very well. James is having a bit of sleep. We're doing 3 hours on, 3 hours off. It's all going well, it's good. You can see we've got some great winds behind us at the moment, which we are experiencing up to 20 knots, and we're running downwind and down sea since we turned southwest from the south of the Isles of Scilly, and then you've got a low pressure developing. You can see our destination, low pressure developing, so we've got quite a mixed bag of weather. We're going to get some rain within that, and we're going straight through the centre of that low pressure, you can see. So initially we're going to get some winds on the port beam, go through the centre, and then you can see up to 30 knots on the starboard beam. So we're looking for the weather to start changing, not today, not tomorrow, the day after. We'll see the clouds coming in and starting the low pressure system starting to fill in. So we're enjoying the sunshine for now. So after wall-to-wall blue sky, this is our first sighting of some cirrus clouds and heralding of some winds and this low pressure. Look at those mare's tails, they are absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous clouds coming through, but it means we're going to have to dig out the fowlies and put away the books and the sunglasses and the sunshade. Got some wind coming.
So yeah, we're going good and enjoying it. It's been very tiring getting into a shift pattern of 3 hours on, 3 hours off. I hadn't figured that it would be quite as difficult as it has, but when you come up on deck and you can witness the boat fizzing through the water like you can hear it doing now, it's all worthwhile.
Well, it's all changed. We have wall-to-wall grey now. The winds have veered and dropped from 25 to 30 knots down to 10 knots. And we've gone from doing 7 knots to 2 knots. We've just come into the warm sector of this low pressure that's coming. Seas have flattened down, although they're still rolly. And the sails are flapping and we're going slow. I'm staying on watch an extra hour to give James an extra hour of sleep because neither of us slept very well last night whilst we were charging along down seas. The boat's quite comfortable now, so I can hear James snoring down below. Got winds coming and they're going to be from the southeast, which will be a perfect beam reach for us down to the Azores. I've forgotten where we're going. We've done 470 miles now, so we're over a third of the way there. Yeah, come on, wind, let's go. Well, we're flying along tonight. Goodness me, we've got 30 knots of breeze just after the port beam. We've got 2 reefs in the main and we've got quite a furled headsail. And we're stonking along, carving through the seas. Pretty rough. You can't see anything, it's so dark. We've got 100% cloud cover. Had lots of drizzle earlier. We're into the warm sector of this low pressure. And we're just charging along. Got my life jacket on, got my harness, just clipped into the cockpit enjoying the wild ride. It's amazing the noises you can hear and just carving through the sea. I've just come up on watch and I've been down below and it's so calm below. These Contessa 32, the hull shape is just beautiful. There isn't one slam. It's just carved through the water. You can just hear the water rushing past down below. It's really fantastic. She handles it better than we do, and it's just wild, absolutely wild. We are about 700 miles to go to the Azores, and we're nearest safe haven is A Coruña, about 250 miles to the east of us. We've crossed way wide of the Bay of Biscay, and we're out in the ocean, all on our lonesome. And it's pretty crazy and pretty wild tonight. Good fun. Is it good fun? I sometimes wonder. Calm down now. Whee!
Oh, look at that. Some lovely grub being cooked up.
Baked potatoes and cheese and beans.
Thank you.
You can see behind me the big black cloud that's just rolled through. Had a torrential downpour. Rain was so hard it flattened the seas and took all the wind. We had 25 to 28 knots of breeze. We were motoring along, sailing along really well. No motoring, this was a race. And yeah, big rain shower, rainbow. Rain came through, torrential rain, and now we have no wind. Just looking around. See what's coming next. There's a big torrential cloud. We might get some wind underneath there. Yeah, let's hope it fills in again. Nice to have a bit of a break though from a heeled over boat. Well, the dolphins giving us a bit of an acrobatic show. Hey. Loads of them.
This is what makes it all worthwhile, really. There's miles and miles of horizon and nothing in sight. Just us.
Well, it's the morning after a rather tough night. Low pressure front is approaching, no way out of its way, and it was forecast for 25 to 30 knots of wind, but all the models were wrong. We had 35 to 45 knots of wind, so a solid 8 we had, force 8, gusting force 9. We had to turn and run down seas. The wind pilot couldn't steer, so myself and James had half an hour on, half an hour off. Just strapped into the cockpit on the big tiller, and the boat went incredibly well. She handled it very well. We've been blown quite a long way off our desired course. We've been heading southeast. Our course we need to head is southwest, but the wind's still blowing. It's down to 37 knots there. And but it's coming round, so we're making a south course now, and yeah, we survived. A wild night at sea that was. We're taking a lot longer than we think. We thought we were going to do it in 10 days, probably going to be about 12, 13. It was an easy start, but this last bit beating is quite difficult. We've just about got enough water. We're starting to ration that now. We've just about got enough food. Coming up with some interesting things to make now. Boat's going, touch wood, very well. We had to repair the wind pilot rod. Had to hove to and put a new rod in. Luckily somebody gave us a spare before we left. A lovely man from Falmouth Marina said, oh, you might want to take one of these, and we did want to take one of those. That was very fortunate, so that's good. Hadn't had a wash for nearly 2 weeks, so we're having a wash tonight in the cockpit at 8 o'clock. We're just looking forward to getting in. It's great sailing, but it's tough conditions. It's quite a small boat, and a few leaks which don't make it. That doesn't make it that comfortable, but it's all part of sailing. So you can probably hear behind me, we've got the engine on. Very unfortunately, we've had to retire from the race. It's been a long, difficult race, and we got to a point this morning where we were looking at 172 miles to the finish. And after we downloaded the latest weather, we could see there was a big patch of light airs, less than 10 knots, and we weren't going to be making more than 3 if we were trying to sail it, which was going to take at least 3 days. We've had a hell of a time. We've had 3 periods of force 7 plus winds, 1 night of gale force 8 winds. The boat was completely soaking, we were completely soaking, and the prospect of another 3 days to get in to Ponta Delgado was just a bit too much. But a fantastic trip. So today we've been motoring along. It's nice and sunny, so we got all of the cushions out and dried them, all of our equipment out and dried them, and gave the boat a good clean. And we're gently motoring in, conserving the fuel, and yeah, it's a good decision. Disappointing, but been a terribly difficult AZAB so far, and I'm sure the other competitors would have found the same. A hell of a lot of headwinds and fronts coming through, very difficult. So we're on our way in. Finish line about here, isn't it? Between that red thing there and I reckon that white thing over there. Beep, beep, beep. We're finished. 1,500 miles. We went the long way.
Winner of the most miles.
Winner of the most miles.